Welcome back, folks. Live from Freetown. Me and a couple of my crew with the organization went out on another adventure. On this case study here, we are going to see Sheku Sesay.
Alright, so we're here at one of the kids that we surveyed at Services Primary and Secondary School. One of the kids we're trying to sponsor here. How do you say your name? Your full name? Sheku Sesay. So Sheku Sesay, how old are you?
13 years.
You're 13 years old and you're in JSS 1.
Red.
Okay, red. And it looks like you want to study science. Is that right? You want to study science? And also, let's see here. So one of the things that really drew me to you when you answered the questions, you came up with this all by yourself, right? So that's good. I can tell by your writing you didn't copy anyone. You know, you did this yourself. So when I asked you, I said, imagine 10 years from now, what do you want to do? You know, where do you see yourself? You said, I see myself good health and good sanitation, long life. That's very good, you know. So you have some kind of in-depth thinking. You know, you're not my way to think deep. You know, no picking over 100 kids, 200 kids who are on survey. None of them think of something like this. You know, what you say. In 10 years from now, I'd like to have good health. You know, even though everybody now they say they want to go to college, then one day then one day not in office, not in job. But you said you want good health and long life. So good health and long life is one of the most important things in life, right? Like you want to have anything you want to do in life, whether you want to be educated, you want to get married, you want to have children, right? You want to be in your office one day, a good job. If you don't have the good health and long life, you won't be able to do it, right? Right? So you need these things here. So I really like that the way you answered this question. So that was good. And then another thing that you also mentioned, well, I actually say, what's your dream? You know, what do you want to do? You tell the camera. You remember what you wrote? As far as what do you want to be when you grow up? What's your dream? What do you want people to remember you?
When I want to grow up to help poor people and handicapped people who's suffering from education. I said I will help them when I grow up.
Right. You did say that, and that was also powerful. You know, that was very powerful. And then another thing you said, my hero is my mother. So you have a very big heart. You know, you're very compassionate. You like for help people then, yeah. Just like what you can also, you know, it's got for help. So that's a very good attribute that the way you get a compassionate heart. So now I want for the picking like on a land book, you know, then you make something out of yourself. When you make something out of yourself, you're one of those kids that are gonna help other people. Some people, they wanna go land book, get money, a lot of money, and they don't care about nobody else. But you're somebody that if you be somebody in life, you're gonna help other people, you know. Based off of your questions, you wanna help poor people, you wanna help people who are handicapped, people who have nothing. You know, for a 13-year-old kid in this level of your schooling, for you to think like that is a very powerful thing. So no lost that compassionate, yeah. Now for keep that in you, it's very good. So let's where do you live? Where do you live?
The Station, 37 the Station.
That's where you live. So what's here?
Where's that?
That's where you there?
Yeah, around here. Look me up.
Now yours? Well, I'll walk and maybe I'll take a footage of yours quick. You will go with the map, or if not, we'll go down there. So if it's too steep, we'll be able to walk down there small.
Mr. Sesay here. So we're just gonna take a walk now down to where he lives, to his folks' house. The driver was actually with us. The driver is waiting for us in the car. We're just gonna take a walk here. It's like a little stroll every time, like an adventure every time we go down these hills. And I loved every moment of it, you know. My camera guys, my camera crew guys were not the most excited about these long walks that we took. So, but then also just to explain that the title that I gave these short documentaries we took, I called the title City Piler Freetown. So the phrase or the word City Piler is actually a phrase that, as I can remember back in Sierra Leone in Freetown when I was a kid growing up, maybe 9, 10, 11 years old, the phrase City Piler, it was just it meant that for kids or anybody that did a lot of walking, you know. So if you did a lot of walking from school to home, if you know, from home to school, like for me, when I was going to school in Freetown, I did a lot of walking. So I lived in Hill Station, OAU Village, and I walked every morning to Wilberforce, which is down the barracks, you know. I'm not sure exactly how many miles is that, maybe 2-3 miles back. If you add it up, going there, coming back, total of maybe 4 miles, I'm not sure. 4, I'm not really sure entirely, but all I know was, for my age, there was a lot of walking. So the phrase City Piler came from that. People who do a lot of walking. You're a city pilot. You walk a lot. All right, so we're here. I'm talking to this elder lady here. I believe it's okay. So that's his grandmother. She said, I'm gonna wait for his mother, who she's on our she wanted to give me a chair to sit down. She was like, is that where you're gonna sit down? Because I sat down on the rock, you know, on the ground, whatever, on the you know, I'm not sure. She doesn't entirely know that, you know, I've actually lived in the worst environments in Africa. I mean, I lived in the village. I lived the village life, everything. I lived the farm life, very remote village, no electricity, where you had to do a lot of extreme labor. And my father never took it easy on us. So yeah, a lot of times it's very surprising to people when they learn that story about me. You know, people not really knowing your story sometimes can make a lot of assumptions about you, which is okay. You know, you gotta give people passes sometimes. But this is part of my life. This is part of my story, which is why I came back to Sierra Leone to do whatever I can to contribute to help some of the youth to really self-develop themselves with a little bit of help. You know, currently I'm still waiting for Sheku's mother. She's, I believe, away to her neighbor's house, so I'm just hanging out. It's a very nice view here as well. If you saw. The cameraman was showing up in the background. So this is like a routine. I'm just going over to his mom exactly what we're doing, what we did prior to us coming to his home. You know, prior we surveyed over 200 students, and we selected 20 students out of that because school at Services. Services is one of the schools that I attended when I was about maybe 11 years old. And so I went back, I started a program where we can try to help to pay for some student school fees I'm just explaining it to his mother how he did on the surveys, like just to have the mother also understand from the point of view of somebody else who is analyzing his son, of the potential that her son, the potential that her son have. You know, a lot of time parents don't see that, especially in Africa, to see some of the abilities and capabilities that their son or daughter may have. And I want something, and I did these deliberately. I had conversation with the parents so they can see for themselves, you know, the performance or the thinking of their children on educational wise. Sometimes, you know, it may change, you know, the parents' attitude towards the kids, maybe to help provide them a little bit more resources, you know. So that's an experience I wanted to do. Have conversations with the parents. Maybe so a lot of times I give the parents a little bit of advice as well, to make sure that they push them and discipline them and try to provide them with as many tools as possible, you know, because however you want to look at it, these are all children, you know, and you know, no matter how much they go to school every day teach for the teachers to teach them, if they are not given the right tools to come back home to study, to understand the material, it's going to be difficult for them to really process the information taught to them in school. And that's what a lot of children are struggling with in Africa in general, from my research and learning and studying situations. So I just give I give my 2 cents here and there as I went to talk to these parents, just to